I have to tell you one other thing about my evolution with fashion.
Yeah, I need to know. Because in 2000, like, what was your relationship with fashion?
I was wearing baggy Brooks Brothers suits.
Okay. And now you're so known for your...
Well,
your
that's a whole other story,
style.
though. So I will say proudly, Diane von Furstenberg has been a dear friend for a long time, before fashion, because she was a board member. She was a board member at Parsons, and I was managing the board, so I got to know her well, and we liked each other, and we would get together for lunch, and she's just a great person. So the first time she came to see me in the fashion department, we're sitting in my office. I'm borrowing a phrase from I Love Lucy. She looked like she just walked into the grand ballroom and smelled raw cauliflower cooking. I looked at her and I said, "What's the matter?" She gestured. She said this. She said, "This isn't working."
That's me right now. Like in
No.
this setting, guys. Everybody looking, that is me right now.
No, it's not. You look stunning and adorable. She said, "You need to be more modern." She said, "You need to be more modern for the students, for the industry, and for yourself." So I had a major transformation. I started wearing all black, and I got a black turtleneck sweater, a black leather blazer, black pants, and that was my uniform. And I wore it all the time, and she approved. But my real fashion epiphany was completely unrelated in a way. I had a minor role in the 2009, or was it 11? I think 2009 movie, The Smurfs. Rita Ryack was the costumer for the show. So we had a conversation before we started filming, and she said, "Oh, you're Tim Gunn. I wouldn't dream of telling you how to dress." So I brought my own wardrobe, of course, which I always do, and we taped that day, and she called me that night, and she said, "I just looked at the rushes." She said, "Your wardrobe isn't good enough." I was mortified. She said that
I'd be so excited, though. I'd be like, transform it for me.
No.
No.
So she said, tomorrow, we weren't taping the next day. She said, "Meet me at this tailor at such and such a time." So I did, and I'm in the dressing room, and I'm looking at the labels. The shirt was $450. The tie was $150. This is 2009. Suits, $3,000. I said, "I'm not wearing this. I'm not putting these things on." "Put them on. You put them on." She's screaming at me. And everything had to do with pattern mixing. And I said, "I look like a circus clown. This is ridiculous. I'm not going to go on camera dressed like this." "You are. You're going to do it." So it's a bit like hitting the wall as a long-distance runner.
Yeah.
I hit the wall, and I thought, I really like this. This is good. The trouble is, once the show is over, how do I sustain this? That wardrobe I loved. Now I have to shop for it. So I would go to Barney's and Bergdorf's and Saks, and I would feel physically ill when I left, having spent so
Right.
much money.
Yeah, you grew up with a humble background.
Yeah.
Your dad's in the FBI, parents are in the government, and then it's like all of a sudden fashion is expensive, right? And it's an investment. Trust me. Tell my fiance. My fiance's like, "What is net-a-porter? What is forward?"
Well, at this time, Eric Wilson, who was then fashion critic for the Times, wrote an article about this new store. No one pays me to say any of this. They don't give me free stuff. A store called SuitSupply originated in the Netherlands. It had been in Europe for 30 years. They just opened a store in New York. He said, "If you're that guy going to Bergdorf's and Barney's and Saks, you need to check this out." I thought, oh, come on. This is too good to be true. So I went to SuitSupply. I was in awe and totally enraptured by the place and by the prices. I mean, it was really affordable.
They are. They still are. They're great prices for men.
Yeah, and every single salesperson is an expert in fit. They have to spend a month or more in the Netherlands with the tailors. So they won't let you leave with something off the rack. You've got to put it on. They have to see how you look in it. And my whole wardrobe now, practically, the only thing I'm wearing that SuitSupply are the pants and the shoes.